This is Molly.
And this is Mike.
And 2 weeks ago we got stuck in New Zealand. We planned on being in New Zealand for 9 days and having one night in Sydney, Australia. We've been learning this game for like 45 minutes. And I don't know what the f is going on still.
Oh, he missed. See, he tried to throw it at the stumps.
Molly gets it. I don't know what the hell.
I've played
But
before.
after one day there, New Zealand announced that all visitors must quarantine for 14 days.
Yeah, so that was us. So we got some bad news this evening.
Yeah, we are in mandatory quarantine established by the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
We had to self-report, I guess, who we are and that we are going into quarantine. So we have to limit contact with all other people, and if we do decide to stay in self-quarantine, then we'll need help going grocery shopping. We can order things for delivery, but
there's, a lot of natural stuff that we can see, a lot of beaches, hot springs, immense landscapes, and
yeah. Right, our whole vacation doesn't have to go to waste if we decide to stay, but there are other factors to influencing this decision, like what's going to happen back home. It's only going to get worse for everyone here, so we're gonna sleep on this decision, and I guess we'll let you know in the morning. Good night. So we slept on it, and we came out in the morning really wanting to stay. We knew that New Zealand would probably be the safest place for us to be in terms of not catching the coronavirus, and if we already were carriers of it, isolating in our van would be the safest place for us to be as well until symptoms started showing up. So we picked up our camper van, and the first place we went was the Coromandel.
On the wrong side, but it's cool. Cathedral Cove on the Coromandel Peninsula. And it's kind of northeast of Auckland. There's a windy road through the mountains to get here, but
You are here, and we're gonna walk all the way. Whoop. Whoop-de-doo. And get right in there.
made it to Cathedral Cove, and there's a beach here.
Our first night, we found a cozy little campground in the woods, or the bush as they call it there. And it was just us and another van, and we just camped out and had a restful sleep.
Yeah, we also got to use the utilities of the van, like the propane stove and the fridge, and we cooked for ourselves, and it was a good first experience with the van.
What you got?
Kiwi.
Yum. And we got coffee. Very important. lava, which is a really meant for geothermal activity.
Yeah, it smells like shit.
Like sulfur. But it's really beautiful.
So we left Rotorua pretty early in the day.
Yeah.
And headed down to Lake Taupo. On our way, we stopped at Kerosene Creek, which is the spot Molly wanted to hit up. Kerosene Creek.
It's fucking warm. It's like a bathtub.
Yeah. Can you say it gets 90 degrees Fahrenheit here?
Yeah, you can see the steam over there.
Well, wanna go for a dip?
Let's go in. Ready? It's cold out here. Whew. Ooh, yeah, that's warm. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's getting hotter too. Be a nice place to sit down. You gonna take your shirt off? Whoop whoop, baby, take it off. We're the only ones here because it's like 8 in the morning.
What, a hole here? Ooh.
Oh. No idea. After we hit the road again, we stopped at a waterfall at the end of the Tongariro Alpine Crossing, and then we picked a camp spot in the shadow of Mount Doom. We just found our campground for the night. Mike's filling up on water. We just had a delicious grilled cheese sandwich and avocado and tomato. And we are right next to Mount Doom. This is all free.
Yeah. They allegedly have Wi-Fi.
I checked. They do! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look. You can do it, baby. Oh yeah. Is skittish?
That brown one, she's like our oldest on the farm. She's 18.
Wow. How long do they live to?
New Zealand between 16 and...
Oh my gosh.
Does he eat the same snack?
He does, yeah. Sometimes we try not to give him too many though. He really doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't.
How old is he?
I think he's about 6 now.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow. Dark in there, huh? Wow, it's really dark. Most mornings I would wake up an hour or so earlier than Mike. And the next morning, I got the news that both Canada and Australia had closed their borders to anyone but citizens or residents. So from there, we knew our car was going to be stuck in Toronto. We were just hoping that we'd be able to reroute our flights so that we could get home.
If you're looking for the most up-to-date travel restriction information, go to the travel alert section on our website.
Really, we can go to any of the 14 airports in the US, I think. We live in Rochester, New York. I know that's not one of those airports, but I guess the next closest airport would be either New York City or Washington, D.C., or I'm not sure if Cleveland is available.
So if you wanted to pick an airport, where would you want to go to? Out of all the major ones, what would be more convenient?
I think New York City would be the most convenient for us.
And still departing on the 22nd?
I mean, whenever, honestly. The 22nd still works for us, yes.
I'll just have to see the availability.
So we just got on the phone with Air New Zealand, and they were able to reroute us to Washington, D.C., which is the closest airport they could get us at the soonest. And we'll be flying into D.C. via Honolulu, so we're skipping our trip to Australia, which is fine because they've closed their borders anyway. But the one thing is that we'll be in New Zealand an extra 2 days, since that was the earliest available flight. If not to New York City, it would be the 27th. So we need to call the campervan to see if we can extend our reservation another 2 days. The sun behind us.
It's downpoured all last night though.
Yeah.
So.
But we're nice and dry anyway. So that's just where we're at right now. We'll keep you updated if anything else changes. Well, we were feeling pretty down, but we just looked up.
Won't be so bad.
So with that, we headed into Raglan to connect to some Wi-Fi, inform our families that we were getting home 2 days later, book the car rental reservation for an extra 2 nights, and also to get more food. Went to the grocery store, can't go in, so called and had the manager take our order. And then her daughter came out and did the shopping for us, and we got it. We got food.
Molly would let me get beer though.
Mike wanted beer, but I don't really think that's appropriate.
Whatever.
Plus, we still have a bottle and a half of wine, half a bottle of gin, and like 4 beers left.
It's not enough.
That's
we
for
got
5 days.
5 more days.
Looking good?
Oh, you're not taking a picture?
It's a video.
From there, we headed up to the Northlands. We hopped from beach to beach on the way and landed in Russell, which is where the first European colonists settled. It's a beach day, but it sucks outside. Not a lot of sun, so we're gonna make the most of it and then camp out somewhere. What's it called?
Carry?
Carry. Whatever that is. Bye.
It's a beach day. It's not the best water, but it's the best we're gonna get today.
unpleasant ones.
Yeah, they look like snake skin on the inside. Wow.
Lost his mind.
Anything else to add?
Nope, nothing more.
And we're ready to go home. We can tell you're awake because your feet are moving.
Who's we?
Me and the camera.
Turn it off. This is nap time. Driver's tired.
Okay. Thanks for driving us to this beautiful place.
Fucking raining again.
Pretty popular with the locals here.
These guys, very brave.
It's a cute little chick. As eager as we were to get home, as soon as we got to the airport, I started feeling extremely anxious and claustrophobic even. Being away from people for all that time had really made me comfortable by ourselves, and getting to the airport really started stressing me out. In fact, as soon as we got through security, a guard who had asked us about our travel plans and how they'd been changed told us that we were really lucky to be getting out, and it wasn't a day too soon because the next day New Zealand went into full lockdown.
Finally about to board our first of 3 flights to get home. Oh shit, I touched my face.
Well, smooth entry into the country.
Yeah, we're in Hawaii.
Yeah, Honolulu, and we just went for a nice long walk to a park that is
Closed.
yeah.
So,
Oh well, at least we're outside.
yeah, first American experience of the quarantine.
Yeah, yeah. Hawaii's on lockdown. for about a week now, and so much has changed here at home since we left near the beginning of March. But not a ton has changed for Mike and I since we were in New Zealand, because we were already self-isolating.
They did a nice job preparing us for how serious things were going to get.
We're grateful that we were able to still enjoy our vacation, that we made it home safely, that we made it home at all. I think we were extremely lucky in the fact that we didn't have huge disruptions to our day-to-day lives.
It was scary being away from everything while Corona was really developing throughout the world, but I have really strong and intelligent and resourceful partner that always makes sure we're prepared and that we're always gonna have a plan. So I really appreciate everything you did.
We took care of each other. So big thank you to Peter and Beth, and to all of the essential workers working through this crazy time right now, for everyone at the airports that helped us get home safely, for all of our family that has helped support us since we've been quarantining. We're really grateful for you.
And thank you for watching as much of this video as our cats will let us record. Maybe we'll do more of this. Molly's got a lot more travel plans in the works, and just,
stay indoors, stay safe.
it's super cool.
Previous lights would not work. Hi, buddy. You want to sit here? Come here, buddy. Okay, so that's... Come here. You can sit with us.